The other day, my aunt called me and she said, I have a question that you may be able to help me with. Her and her husband were in the market looking to replace their AC system in their house, and they had 3 or 4 bids from different contractors for different brands and different system types. So she asked me, what's the difference between these single stage and variable speed systems, and how do we know which one is the right one for us? So in this video, we'll go over the different levels of efficiency in system types so that you can be better educated the next time you're in the market for a new AC system. So single stage systems are pretty much your base level system. The single stage compressor means it just runs at one speed, either on or off. In a lot of cases, as long as the system is sized correctly, this works just fine. But it's not the most efficient since the system is sized for the peak load. So basically during times or seasons where the load is not as high, for example, early morning or late evening, or in the shoulder seasons like spring and fall, the system is still running at that one constant speed. So it's actually using more energy than it needs to. The next step up from a single stage system would be a two-stage system. In these, the compressor has 2 speeds, a low speed and a high speed. The low speed is usually about 60 to 70% of the high speed. And what this allows is when the load is lower, like during those, early morning, late evening, or shoulder seasons, the system is able to run at that lower speed and will only kick into the high speed when it needs to, when the load becomes too much for the low speed to handle. And this helps save more energy than a single stage system because it has those 2 different levels and it's able to adjust a little bit based on what the actual load is. And the next step up from the two-stage system would be variable speed. And these systems are able to adjust their capacity in really small increments from around 30% of their total capacity up to the full 100%. So it's almost like a smooth transition all the way through the range of capacity of the system. And this makes these systems very flexible. They're able to adjust their capacity to match the load very closely. And this helps save the most energy because it's really only putting out as much as it needs to. And another benefit of these systems is that they have a longer runtime. This means the system has more time to remove humidity from the air, and so they're usually better at keeping the temperature and humidity levels in the house a little bit more stable. Also, with the variable speed system, you're able to have your house split into zones. This is where there's a separate thermostat for different sections of the house. For example, you might have one thermostat that controls the bedrooms and another thermostat that controls the living room and kitchen. And this is possible with the variable system because it's able to adjust its capacity so low. As long as no zone is lower than 30% of the total system capacity, you're able to have that section of the house zoned off separately. And then the system is able to run and only condition that one zone if only that one zone needs conditioning at a certain time. But then it also still has the ability to condition both zones or multiple zones if needed. The differences in efficiency between these system types can be seen when we look at the SEER ratings for them. Single-stage systems are usually around 14.3 to 15.2 SEER 2. 16 to 17 SEER 2, you're most likely going to be looking at a two-stage system. And anything that's rated higher than that is most likely a variable system. You won't find an 18 SEER 2 single stage system because it just doesn't exist. The single stage ones are just not efficient enough to get those higher SEER ratings. So how do you decide which system type is best for you? That is all about the balance between what level of efficiency is important to you and how much you are able to spend up front. The top of the line variable speed systems do come with a higher initial cost. But if you're investing in very energy efficient construction and insulation, it just makes sense to also invest in the most energy efficient HVAC you can get. Also, if you have certain requirements, like you need to have the house zoned, then you know that you're going to need to go with that variable speed system. However, if you're not looking to spend a lot and you don't need anything special like zoning and you don't have a very large home, then a single stage system will probably work for your needs there too. But the most important part, no matter which system type you decide to go with, is to make sure you have a manual J load calculation completed to ensure that the system that gets installed is the right size for your home. If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up below and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more HVAC videos. And if you need a manual J load calculation or help specifying equipment for your project, please reach out to us at www.procalcs.net and we'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching.